Hi guys. I just wanted to do this quick little video. I did a Diamond Casino version of this, so now we're gonna do the Cayo Perico version of this. It's where 5 things where people go wrong in the Cayo Perico heist. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my content, and don't forget to like if you like this video. And don't forget to comment and share my videos. It helps me out a lot. It helps the channel out a lot in the algorithm. And leave a comment saying you subscribe with the bell. Now, let's get started. Now, the first thing you want to make sure you have is that you choose the Cassatt for this is, in my opinion, it's like where people go wrong, so just saying it's not like really what other people think. So, the first thing that, in my opinion, people don't use is the Cassatt, because some people don't use the Cassatt to get in a lot. Like, because the Cassatt, if you go into through the drainage tunnel, the Cassatt is very helpful, because the drainage tunnel is the best way to get into the compound, in my opinion, without being aggressive, silent, sneaky, whatever. I think if you're just trying to go with silent and sneaky, go with the Cassatt, because some people don't go with the submarine. And we're moving on to the because if you use the Cassatt, the mission is kind of hard to get the sonar detector, but if you have like a good vehicle like a Torador or a Oppressor Mark II or something like that, like a Oppressor Mark II is really good for grinding and stuff like that, or Torador. So let's move on to reason 2. Another reason is that you should always, and I repeat, always have a Torador or an Oppressor Mark II. Now, the reason I say the reason I say this is because that the way to do setups really fast, to grind setups, in my opinion, is to use the Oppressor Mark II or the Torador. They are both really good grinding vehicles, because they both the Torador can go underwater, it could boost, it could go into road mode, which is just like, I like to call it road mode, where you could go into like a wheel mode where you can get on ground and do stuff like that, like a driving mode, what I'm trying to say. And the Oppressor Mark II, you can fly, you can boost, you can stuff like that. And just to address this, I'm not a griefer with the Oppressor Mark II. I only use the Oppressor Mark II for grinding purposes. And because the Oppressor Mark II can help you get around fast, really quick. I've been doing setups with the Torador and the Oppressor Mark II lately, and it's been helping me grind so much, so much. Now, if you don't have money for a Torador or an Oppressor Mark II, my opinion would be to, like, you know how the Cassatt can travel. If you have like a water vehicle or a boat or something, like if you have a water vehicle or a boat or something that's in there, like the Sparrow. Like, if you go into what I recommend is, if you don't have an Oppressor Mark II or a Torador, you can't afford those, get a Sparrow, because you could store it inside the Cassatt. And you could travel with the Cassatt, so even if you don't have a Sparrow, and the quick thing to note, if you complete the Diamond Casino heist, it's only like $2,000 to travel, but if you don't, it's $20,000. Yeah, a big jump in price to travel. So yeah, I recommend having like a Sparrow if you don't have an Oppressor Mark II or a Torador. Now, moving on to the third thing people don't do is that, if you didn't know, well, most people, well, I didn't know this, if you do like the cutting torch or something, there's a setup that you don't really have to complete, that there is where you can, if you, hold on, let me see if I can do it, hold on, oh no, I can't. Okay, so if you go into there, demolition charges, fingerprint cloner, plasma cutter, cutting torch, if you unlock the drainage tunnel, you need to unlock that for that. And you don't really need to get the demolition charges. I didn't know that you didn't have to get the demolition charges, because if you have the cutting torch, the demolition charges is optional. That's if you're going aggressive. that's just, I didn't know that you had, I thought you could had to have both just for the game to register that you had both, but that's, most people probably don't know that. You do not have to complete the demolition charges if you have the cutting torch. Now, moving on to number 4, is that some people don't go in silent. Now, okay, now, the reason I recommend going silent than aggressive than anything like that is if you do the elite challenge, it gives you $100,000, right? That's a kind of a big boost. And if you go aggressive, you cannot do that. That's the reason I don't like going aggressive in this. You need to go silent and sneaky if you're trying to get that extra money, because the 15 feet is like $100,000, like $143,000, I think, like in that range. So that's, and Pavel's cut is 25,000. So that's like 200. Well, no, like 100,000. Wait, no, 160,000, and that's gonna take off of your cut of what you're getting, because you can do the solo, you can do the high solo, and that's only like, if you have 1.6 mil, that's only about 1.4 mil. Okay, but if you do the elite challenge, you get $100,000, which is 1.5 mil. Okay, so that's why I like doing the silent and sneaky, like the approach, like how you go. And again, use the Cassatt cut in the drainage tunnel if you want to go silent. That's what I recommend mostly. And the 5th and final reason you should, something that people make mistakes on, is that sometimes they do not, sometimes they do the armor, weapons, and air support. Now, I only recommend armor, air support, and what's it called again? Weapons, if you're doing aggressive. If you're not, don't do it. Don't bother doing it. If you get spotted and it might be too hard and you keep getting spotted, yeah, maybe try and do it armor and weapons. Don't do air support. Maybe do air support, but it's just not worth it if you're doing silent and sneaky. Even if you're doing aggressive, the enemies don't have much weapons. There's not that armored, like the Diamond Casino heist. The Duggins, they're more armored than they are in the Cayo Perico heist. So you don't really need to do armor, weapons, and air support. Now, those are my 5 mistakes that people do during this Diamond Casino heist and the Cayo Perico heist. I hope you enjoyed, because I wanted to do this on both heists, because some people make lots of mistakes in this game, in these heists that they should not make, because it just wastes time, makes it harder or something like that. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my videos and you like my content, and share it with a friend, because that helps me out in the algorithm. And comment if you want to. Comment what's your favorite color. I don't really know. Comment anything. Not really anything you want to comment. Comment that my video's great. Comment that anything that has helped you. Anything like that. So yeah, guys. I will see you in about 2-3 days for another video. I have a good thing coming up. And yeah, I will see you guys in 3 days. Jay the Gamer, out. Well, Jay Plays. I changed my name to Jay Plays. So Jay Plays.